Hello, my name is Fer Manzanares, and today I'm going to be talking about some news that I found on the web. At an SOA Watch, which is the School of America, and it informs us that on March 3rd, the general coordinator of the COPINH, Berta Cáceres, was assassinated in her hometown in Tupica. At least two individuals broke down the door of the house where Berta lived and was shot and killed. And she was shot and killed by those two people. They are currently responding to the tragic situation. Cáceres is one of the leading indigenous activists in Honduras, and she spent her life fighting defense against indigenous rights and particularly to land and natural resources. So the assassination of Cáceres this week showed that even internationally renowned environmental activists are unsafe in Honduras, where it is practically the deadliest country for people to defend the natural world. Cáceres is a Linca woman, and she grew up in the violence swept during Central America and the 1980s. Her mother was a midwife and an activist, and they took care of refugees in El Salvador, and her mother taught her she spent her time teaching young children the value of standing up for indigenous and disenfranchised people. So in the last few weeks, the violence started to rise towards Berta and her communities and the COPINH, and the violence had escalated. And in the community of Rio Blanco faced threats and the repression as they carried out a peaceful action to protect the river Hualcarque against the construction of a hydroelectric dam by the international financed Honduran company DESA. And as a result of the COPINH work and the Rio Blanco struggle, Berta Cáceres received countless death threats against her life, and she was just living a rough time because of this. I think it's kind of sad how people who fight for what they believe is real and what they believe is true to anyone and to our world, especially to the environment and things like globalization and everything that are happening in the world. I think it's kind of sad how people just don't see what the good of those actions is, and they just kind of want their own advantage. They don't want to help the world, they don't want to help anyone but themselves. And I think that's the saddest part, that yeah, it's true, the human being has so many goals, so many ideas and fantasies. I think it's kind of our turn to kind of realize what we're doing to the world and realize that we can be the ones that make it better, not just other people. I think we have to moderate our actions and try to help the world.